And thank you to Desert Financial Credit Union for sponsoring the KRIM Community Spotlight Program. Good morning, Rim Country. Chris Higgins in the studio. Hope everyone had a great night and are having a wonderful Wednesday morning. This morning in the studio, our guest on our Community Spotlight Program is Gila County District 1 Supervisor Steve Christensen. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning. How are you? And how's Rim Country out there?
Hey, I am doing well, and I think it's the saying is it's always fine in pine, or pine where it's always fine. I think Payson, same way.
Yes,
it's great.
It's great. We're having a great monsoon.
Mm-hmm.
Really beautiful.
Yeah,
that's why we live here.
It is. I know. Being out and about, the humidity, we're not used to it. Being here in Arizona, it's a little rough, but it's definitely worth it with all this moisture.
I've been a lot of places. This is not bad humidity.
I know, but you just get so used to it. I know, hey, born and raised Pennsylvania, so I know and spent some time in Biloxi. That was not nice, not nice at all.
No.
It's funny when you get used to the dry weather.
Yeah.
A little bit of humidity, it's like, oh my gosh.
It's very noticeable. Yeah.
It is.
So I've been to Houston, Galveston,
Mm-hmm.
of course the Midwest, all of that, and
yeah.
Galveston's the worst I've ever experienced. It's just, you just get ill from it. It's
Mm-hmm.
so heavy on you.
Well, at least in Houston, it is very humid, but having been there, you can use the cockroaches as transportation.
Right.
So ride them around, put a saddle on them,
Right.
and
Yeah, or the mosquitoes.
take off.
Yeah.
Or the mosquitoes. Yeah. So hey, if you're tuning in, we have Steve Christensen, our District 1 Supervisor, in each month to share with everyone, and not only on the radio, but also on the KRIM FM Facebook page and YouTube channel, so you can watch this program as well. But he comes in and shares with all of us what's happening in District 1 of Gila County.
And all of Gila County as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we just actually went through the primary election, and so
Mm-hmm.
it looks like I'm going to be serving another 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel very honored to do that, very humbled by that. So
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate everyone that has supported me, and even if you didn't vote for me, I'm still your supervisor. I'm still out there to, do good things for everybody in this area and all of Gila County.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And one of those things, I know before the program, you were talking about a recent tour of C.C. Cragen.
Yeah, C.C. Cragen or Blue Ridge, whichever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a tour up there, but not only a tour, it was kind of really a large gathering of really the people that are involved with getting that area cleaned up. So
Mm-hmm.
there was SRP, of course, Salt River Project. They have the watershed up there.
Mm-hmm.
It's their reservoir.
Mm-hmm.
But the town of Payson gets an allotment of that
Mm-hmm.
water, which gives us the ability to say that we have a 100-year water supply.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's vital that that reservoir stays healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Part of that is forest health, and so it's too thick up there, so there's thinning projects going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Probably going to take about 10 years to complete everything, but it's happening.
It's happening.
We had the Arizona Department of Forestry there. They're going to be setting up a couple offices here in town. The county is going to provide offices for them.
Oh, nice.
Because they want to be active in this area,
Mm-hmm.
the Rim Country, and they want to just be closer to it as they do that. And so that's a tremendous thing that we're going to have there, the Arizona Forestry. And of course, the U.S. Forest Department was there as well.
Mm-hmm.
The National Wild Turkey Foundation, who's putting some money into that.
Mm-hmm.
And so anytime you make improvements, it improves almost everything.
Mm-hmm.
It improves the watershed, it improves wildlife habitat.
Mm-hmm.
It decreases wildfire threats, at least on a large scale basis.
Yes. Yeah.
And it helps with erosion or any other problems that come because of a fire.
Mm-hmm.
And plus you get part of that as a natural resource. You get actual timber that we can cut up and use, and also biomass fuel.
Yes, which is great.
Yes.
I mean, the biomass plant in Snowflake, it's wonderful to see all of the vegetation that is taken from Blattner brush pit, the pine brush pit,
Right.
and hauled off.
And of course, the Tanner Henry,
Mhm.
the guy in charge of the Basin Water Department,
Mhm.
was there.
Mhm.
Mayor of Payson, Tom Morrissey, was there. One of my fellow supervisors, Woody Klein, he's the chairman, he was there. I
Mhm.
was there. And so it was very well represented. And
Mhm.
then we were able to take a tour
Mhm.
of the actual logging operations
Mhm.
and watch how they did that and the methods they were using. And
Mhm.
it's going to be so nice. It's going to go from basically very dense, can't see through anything. It's literally you cannot see the forest for the trees and brush,
Mhm.
to a more open landscape, large trees, medium trees, and more grasses will grow. The sunlight will actually hit the forest floor.
Mhm.
It's going to be wonderful.
Yeah, and I think it is important to point out, as you said, it doesn't, what's being done in the thinning project, it doesn't eliminate the possibility of a forest fire, but what it does is it drastically increases the Forest Service and firefighters' potential to fight it and to put it out, rather than have it turn into a raging, out of control forest fire that just decimates that area. And then if there's no vegetation at all, the dirt would basically fill in the Blue Ridge Reservoir.
Yeah, it could
erosion.
severely damage
Yeah.
the reservoir,
Yeah,
even to the point where it may not even be functionable anymore.
yeah.
And so we don't want that to happen. So
Mhm.
we are seeing that into the future and saying, let's take care of it now. And it's been a long time coming.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm here to partner. That's in a different county. That's in a different forest. Actually, it's in the Coconino
Yes.
Forest.
Mhm.
But we are involved with that. And so it's great what we're doing there. And it's also great because down here in the Rim country, we're going to see a lot more activity as well.
Mhm.
A lot more logging and thinning going along in this area and all the way through kind of the Rim country and down into Young and
Mhm.
all of that. We're seeing a lot of activity and interest, money coming in, allocated for a lot of this stuff. So this fall, some of that stuff's going to get started,
Good.
and I'm real
Good,
excited
good.
about that.
Yeah, and what else? I know you've been staying very busy and with a lot of different projects, things happening here in Gila County in Rim Country. And what are some of those other things?
Well, one thing that I'm pretty happy about, really good thing that happened, was this year in our budget, which started July 1,
Mm-hmm.
we were able to give the county employees enough of a raise to where it made really a good difference in their take-home pay.
Hmm.
And so a lot of people are very happy about that. And it basically focused on a higher percentage of raise for those who were making the least amount on upward. Okay,
Mhm.
so some of those people received a raise in the 18% range, and then all the way up the scale to a very small, less than 1% sort of a situation. So it was weighted toward the bottom, and so it makes a big difference for a lot of those people that are struggling to pay utilities, or
Yes.
because we have this inflation thing going on. It certainly, we need to be able to counteract that as much as possible. So we were able to do a lot of work this last year for the sheriff's department, deputies, detention officers, the courts, probation, and all the other employees of our public works, et cetera, right on through the whole thing. And honestly, now we are receiving a lot of applications for jobs that we were not receiving before. People wouldn't even bother filling them out. They're like, I can't work for that. I won't work for that. And so now we're filling positions in our public works, our road department.
Mhm.
We're filling positions in our detention officers. It's just been great.
Yes.
Everyone's happy. That's a real big thing that I've been really wanting to do, helping work out, and really all the supervisors were right on board with that.
That is great. It's
Yeah.
great that you're seeing the results right away.
We're
So-
seeing results immediately.
Yes.
So
That's good.
it obviously was we identified the problem, we came up with a solution, and it's working. That's always satisfying.
Oh, yes, definitely. And what else?
Well, we did redistrict this year too.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, every 10 years we look at that, we do a census. The whole point is to have about as equal of representation as you can. So what the county does at that level is we have 3 districts.
Mhm.
I'm a supervisor for District 1,
Mhm.
which is basically the Rim Country area.
Mhm.
And so the population's been growing up here over the last 9 years, or 10 years, I should say. It's been growing actually for decades. However, the imbalance became very, very close to 10%.
Mhm.
And so the variations like that means we need to redraw those lines. And so we did, and that's going to happen in January as far as taking effect.
Mhm.
And so what's going to happen, if you're not familiar, is it runs by precincts. It doesn't run by just, hey, let's cut a swath through here, kind of imaginary lines. It runs according to precincts. And so there's 2 precincts that District 1 will be giving up and will be going to District 3, which is Woody Klein.
Mhm.
That is the Whispering Pines precinct,
Okay.
which will include Whispering Pines, Rim Trail, Verde Glen,
Mhm.
those kind of things. Bonita Creek, continue eastward. It's going to include also Tono Village, and then the Zane Gray precinct continues on, goes Christopher Creek and all the way down to Colcord Road. Everything basically to the east of Whispering Pines is going to go to Woody.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
he already has Star Valley and Chaparral Pines, the Rim Club, and a bit of a portion of South Payson on the east side.
Okay.
So his district geographically
It's very large.
is very large. It
Yes.
goes from the very north to the very south, has all 3 different reservations
Mhm.
in his district. And so basically District 2 is Gaisila South, staying on the west side of everything, Tono Basin, down into Globe and Miami. And that's Mr. Tim Humphrey, Supervisor, District 2. And so mine is going to be the smallest geographical area. However, the population representation will be within 1.2% of being equal. And
Yes.
so that could last for actually several decades before they need to redo anything.
Mhm. And that's, again, what it is based on population, not geographical
Not
size.
geographical area.
Land.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So everybody gets pretty much an equal representation on the board.
Mhm.
However, the way the board is functioning right now, it's doing very well. We all clearly have very similar visions of what we would like to see happening and all that. So we don't have there's some things I'll disagree with or I won't vote for and that, but generally speaking, we are all conservatives and we all kind of have the same ideas of how we want to see things work. So a couple of big projects we're going to be tackling here in the near future with federal money. Now this is ARPA money, and that stands for the American Rescue Plan. And so we have about $10 million. We can spend it in a variety of ways, so we're selecting projects, capital improvement projects, and one is going to be the Sheriff's Department here in Payson. It's in need of a big remodel, and we're going to give it that remodel, and it's going to also get an addition onto that. And so then once that's done, that will last for decades going into the future. And that, we need to do that. It's really, if you ever go inside there,
Yeah,
it's,
I've been
it's,
inside.
it's a bit, it's really very crowded. It's not, it just needs a remodel in the big way.
Yeah, no, I want to specify not in the jail part, but in the offices.
Yeah,
So.
I've been in both. We're not going to actually remodel the actual jail portion at this time because it's going to be super uber duper expensive to do that. Because what we have to do there is then we would have to modernize all of that to standards of incarceration and stuff. So that's going to be a later project. We're basically just doing the offices. And it's not just a paint job. This is a complete refit of the interior. And so we have the money to do it. We're going to do it. And we're drawing plans right now so we can put it out for bids. Another thing that we're going to do is, and we all support, is to remodel the Fairgrounds in Globe.
All right.
The county has Fairgrounds in Globe. That's the only fairgrounds the county actually owns. It's over 200 acres and they've had it a long time. It basically, in its heyday, was a horse racing venue.
And, wow.
Okay, now horse racing has kind of gone by the wayside with dog racing and some of the other things. And so we have new things we want to do with that. First of all, we want it to be a rodeo ground. We want it to be a fairground. We want it to be a community place for people to go, have fun, play games, have picnics, have concerts there, car shows, and there's going to be an RV park. And so we're developing a master plan right now for that. And so we're going to put some money toward that. We're already putting money toward that. And so the other project that's sort of major is going to be the Veterans Retreat in Young.
Yes.
That was the old Forest Service administration site. It's over 200 acres. They are basically gifting that to us through a congressional act. And that's sort of in the works right now, but we have this kind of a lease going on right now for really no compensation, kind of a lease. I mean, they basically say if you want to start taking care of it, that's your lease payment. And so we're doing that right now, which gives us permission to get in, start working on things, and then Congress there'll be an act of Congress that'll go through on a bill, and we'll end up getting it. And so our senators and also representatives at the Capitol are working on getting that pulled together. And then we're going to put some money into that, and it's going to be the most awesome Veterans Retreat in the nation, I feel. And there are several around where these guys and gals can go and either rest, retreat, get together, family, and it's just going to be great. So they'll be able to stay there, RV parks, there's going to be things for them to do, there's going to be places to meet, and it's just, I've been there. It's in Pleasant Valley, and if you've ever been to Young, Pleasant Valley, it's a beautiful place.
It is.
And so there's these grasslands, these giant oak trees. It's just really nice. There's actually even a couple of old houses on the property that used to be the original ranger station. And these are like 1920s and still in great shape. And so we're going to retain that historic value there. It's just going to be marvelous.
Yes. So. And since we're speaking of veterans, talking about veterans, wanted to let everyone know, and we should probably get a little PSA or recorded PSA that announces this on a regular basis, but the new crisis and suicide prevention line 988 that was just established last month, and there's a special line for veterans. So if you press 1, if you dial 988 and press 1, you get connected to somebody. If you're a veteran and you are having a crisis, you feel like there's no
just
other
need to
answer,
talk.
and you want to talk, you need to talk to someone.
It's a great resource. Please use that.
Yes, so 988 and press 1. Also want to say hi to Maya Crespin watching. She commented, thank you both for all you do to improve the Rim Country community. So thank you, Maya, for everything you do. Rim Country Regional Chamber of Commerce Director Maya Crespin.
She's great. Been working with her on a number of projects, and she's just she's got an energy like none other.
Oh, I know. Yeah, she's a dynamo. So those are all wonderful things that are happening. Here in Gila County, here in Rim Country, and other parts of the county. So that's great. How about I know very active with town hall meetings. In Pine, Strawberry here in Payson. Is there
Whispering Pines?
Whispering Pines is there, but no more probably Whispering Pines going forward.
If they want me to come up there and speak, I certainly will.
Gotcha.
I am not. I'll go to Globe and speak if somebody wants me to go there.
Gotcha.
So I am a representative through the county, and so Woody, though, I believe is a very good supervisor. So I feel very comfortable with him taking over that part. I don't think they're going to be underrepresented whatsoever. So he's great. He's very active up here. He's up here actually a lot more than people realize. I mean, he doesn't hide in Young. He doesn't go to Globe only. He's all over all the time, and all three of them have offices here in Payson in our new building.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Okay.
So
is there another town hall, or when is the next schedule?
I don't have one scheduled right now.
Okay.
So after the election, now that it's over, I've been really looking for this day, this particular day, for quite a few
Yeah.
months,
Oh,
and
yeah.
so I'm really happy. And so my wife and I have been married for 40 years, coming up here in just a few days,
Wow.
and so we're going to take a little break.
Well, congratulations
Yeah, thank you.
to you and Karen. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm going to buy her a sympathy card. Yeah.
Better be a big card for 40 years. Come on now.
40 years, so we're going to get away.
No, that is great.
Hey, we're going to do our first Verbo.
Verbo. Oh,
Like an
VRBO.
Airbnb.
Yeah, VRBO. Nice.
VRBO.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be great. And again, when you do have town hall meetings or anything that's happening, I know if you don't follow Steve Christensen's Facebook page, District 1 Supervisor.
Yeah. What it is it's Supervisor Steve Christensen
Okay.
on Facebook. I also have another one called Elect Steve Christensen, but
Mhm.
I'm going to go basically dark on that for
Yes.
right now.
Yeah.
I have one last post that my daughter's going to put on there
Mhm.
about thanking everyone for their
Yeah.
support. And so then also I have a website, Steve Christensen for Gila.
Uh-huh.
.com, and the 4 in that is not the word 4, but the number 4.
Gotcha.
So Steve Christensen for Gila,
Yeah.
and I'm going to take that from Elect Me kind of a site to now the supervisor site.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Nice.
and so I'm going to be using that. I'll be putting videos on there,
Nice.
be doing a lot of things there. You can also reach my Facebook pages on that.
Nice.
You can contact me on that. I have an
Mhm.
email on that. But if you really want to get a hold of me as a supervisor, it's 928-474-7101. You'll
Okay.
get my assistant Cheryl,
Mm-hmm.
and she's marvelous, and she'll set up an appointment if you want that, a return phone call if you want that, an email if you want that, anything. So
Mhm.
I have actually a lot of people that contact me. They send me pictures of their roads. They'll send me pictures of potholes or whatever it is, you know,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
I make sure that that information gets to the right people.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and I'm very happy with our road crew. I got to really praise them because I got an email, now I got a phone call, and I called the person. This is up in Strawberry. Well, I got this drainage problem. This water just going everywhere. This ditch has not been maintained for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, okay, and I went up and looked at it that afternoon. That afternoon, before I was going to call the guy that runs our road crew, I said, I want to see this first. He'd already been there and
Wow.
fixed it. He'd already been there and fixed it. And someone just emailed me the couple days ago, I think it was, maybe Monday, and said, we've got some potholes here in this location. And so I forwarded that to our road crew, already taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wow.
now, that's not easy for these guys because they are short-handed at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But starting next Monday, there's going to be 2 more guys coming in because of the wages we're paying.
Mm-hmm.
And mechanics, we've been having trouble getting mechanics. We have hired 3 new mechanics just in the last month or month and a half. 3 new mechanics. We've hired a new supervisor for those mechanics out there. So people, we are filling positions. Now, these are already budgeted positions. It's
Mhm.
not like we don't have the money. It's in our budget to pay. We just don't have the positions.
Yes.
And it's really stifling for trying to get out and, you know, provide the services that we need to be providing.
Yes.
And
When you're short-staffed.
when you're short-staffed, and so
Yeah.
we're fairly short-staffed also at our community development, especially when it comes to zoning enforcement and zoning violations and getting back on that. And we need to have more personnel working that stuff because this, down in Globe, we have another community development, and they don't hardly have anyone coming in and saying, I want to build a house.
Mm-hmm.
Up here,
It's quite different.
they have a lot of housing projects going on.
Mhm.
So they're very busy up here.
Yes. And you can go to the Gila County website if you're looking for a job. If you're looking for a job.
Yes.
And
And you can also go to discovergilacounty.com, and they have on there a jobs listing. They have on their houses for sale, they MLS listing, and they have on their restaurants, accommodations, and things to do.
Mhm.
So there's a couple ways you can go. You can go to the Gila County website, gilacountyaz.com. You can look up election results on that, okay, if you're wondering. And you can also go to the discovergilacounty.com, which is a magnificent website and program actually for marketing. And you can find all of our jobs on there, as well as town jobs. City of Payson jobs are on there. And also other job listings from businesses and things around town. And if you're a business out there that wants to get a free, absolutely free job listing, you can do that. Go to discovergilacounty.com, go through, submit and all that as you go through, find your way, and do that, and you will have that listing up there.
Yeah, the website is a great resource. So much
Extremely
information.
good. You can't believe the amount of awards they've won.
Yes.
Maya, that we were just talking about, is on that board of directors. So
Yeah, it is great. Cameron Davis doing a great job with
Cameron Davis is awesome.
that website.
He's the razor thin media he owns. He's the one that maintains it, develops it. He's the main engine behind all of the videos and all of the content. And so Gila County government supports what's called the Industrial Development Authority. And that's where that money goes, and then it gets distributed to various people, including razor thin media, to maintain the website.
Yes.
Yeah. And we also have James Bruzy of the Bruzy Vineyards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's on that board. We also have Mac Feeser. He's a real estate agent here in town. And we also have Jackie Sanders on that board. She is one of our managers at the county level and represents the county's interest in that. She lives in Globe.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, again, talking with District 1 Supervisor Steve Christensen, and it is, about that time, almost right at 10:30. So thank you so much, Steve, for coming in and sharing all the information.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Yes.
I'm happy to do it. Appreciate the opportunity.
You're very welcome, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
And I don't think it's maybe official, it hasn't been officially announced, but
It's
yes.
probably not going to be official till November, because I'll probably be on the ballot unchallenged in
Gotcha.
November.
Gotcha.
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So if no one's running against me, all I got to do is vote myself in.
Yes. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and again, thank you everyone for listening and watching this morning. Hope you continue to have a wonderful day. And it's time to get back to the music with some Crowded House, Kansas, the Black Crowes, Steve Miller Band, and more. But first, a quick update from the National Weather Service. There we go. And turn this off. See you later, guys.